Welcome to this month's Sustainability in Focus. Here are some of the key developments in sustainability and ESG that are relevant to construction and the built environment around the world for April 2025. On the 18th of March, the Science Based Targets Initiative launched a consultation on its revised Corporate Net Zero Standard version 2.0. This is a framework to help businesses achieve net zero, and the revisions cover new options for addressing Scope 3 emissions reductions, including via setting targets for green procurement and revenue generation rather than an emissions reduction target, opportunities to scale carbon removals and mobilize climate finance, including addressing residual emissions, assessing and communicating progress against targets, and simplified requirements for SMEs. The public consultation runs until the 1st of June, and you can contribute to the development of the standard by completing the survey, available in the link in the video description. In Singapore, on the 31st of March, the submission window for Singapore's mandatory packaging reporting requirements completed. Companies that had an annual turnover exceeding 10 million Singapore dollars in 2023 were required to report their calendar year for 2024 packaging data, along with their reduce, reuse, recycle, or 3R plans to be implemented. Also on the 31st of March, Hong Kong launched its Packaging Reduction Charter to encourage businesses to reduce their packaging waste. The initiative aims to minimize material usage, enhance recyclability, and explore innovative solutions that contribute to Hong Kong's goals of zero landfill and carbon neutrality. Over 100 companies have joined, committing to report their packaging usage and implement sustainable practices. In Hong Kong, on the 28th of March, the Buildings Energy Efficiency Amendment Bill 2025 underwent committee consideration. The proposed bill aims to enhance Hong Kong's building energy efficiency management. The key proposals include regulating energy efficiency standards across data centers, requiring more buildings to conduct energy audits, shortening the intervals between these energy audits, disclosing technical information in audit reports, and expanding qualifications for registered energy assessors. Also in Hong Kong, on the 19th of March, the Air Pollution Control Amendment Bill 2024 was passed by Hong Kong's Legislative Council, which introduces a statutory closure notice mechanism to combat unlicensed operations that are causing serious air pollution. The bill optimizes definitions related to cement works and premises and tightens 5 existing air quality objectives, adding 3 new parameters from WHO guidelines. The bill will come into effect on the 11th of April 2025. In Qatar, the environmental permit process has been streamlined. As of February the 14th, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry will directly issue permits for 861 activities that are based on predefined criteria. Only 182 activities will require prior environmental approval, and this initiative aims to improve the alignment of Qatar with international best practices. Also in Qatar, a consultation proposing amendments to general rules on corporate sustainability reporting closed on March the 25th. The Qatar Financial Centre Regulatory Authority are now reviewing the comments. This consultation proposed to align with IFRS standards S1 and S2, and the amendment will apply to all Category A firms and any firm that has been designated by the regulatory authority. The updated rules are expected to commence on January the 1st, 2026. In the UK, on February the 6th, the UK government confirmed mandatory digital waste tracking will come into force from April 2026. This initiative aims to provide a comprehensive system for tracking waste production, handling and disposal, supporting effective regulation and also reducing waste crime. And it will help businesses comply with waste management regulations and promote a circular economy and replace outdated paper-based systems. The service is being developed in partnership with UK and devolved administrations, focusing on the user needs and leveraging flexible, scalable technology. Also in the UK, a call for evidence on planning and infrastructure bill was published. This bill aims to reform planning and infrastructure laws to support the government's plan for change. Key provisions would include reforming rules for nationally significant infrastructure projects, speeding up electricity infrastructure delivery, streamlining planning processes for transport projects, enabling local authorities to set planning fees, granting new powers for environmental development plans, and clarifying the role of development corporations. The bill will extend to England, Wales, and with some provisions in Scotland. On February the 26th, the EU published its long-awaited Sustainability Omnibus proposal, which is aimed at reducing redundant reporting requirements and boosting competitiveness within the EU market. This proposal includes amending the CSRD, or Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, the CSDDD, or Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, the CBAM, or Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism Regulation, and the EU Taxonomy. The key amendments, which are all subject to further debate and renegotiations between various European institutions, will include limiting the scope of the CSRD to companies over 1,000 employees and simplifying the reporting requirements, whilst postponing the deadlines to 2028. The CSDDD will be extended preparation time to July 2027 and require due diligence beyond direct partners only with plausible adverse impact and reducing assessment frequencies. The CBAM will introduce a 50-ton annual threshold per importer. And on the EU taxonomy, the EU is seeking views on refining the framework through consultations on delegated acts. In the USA, Republican Senator Bill Hagerty introduced the Protect USA Act of 2025, which aims to shield US companies from the EU's Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive. The Act, if enacted, would prohibit US entities from complying with foreign sustainability regulations and allow them to take civil action if aggrieved. Also in the US, on March the 4th, Edward Hartley, Counselor for Economic and Social Affairs at the US mission to the UN, delivered his remarks to the 58th plenary meeting of the UN General Assembly. He emphasized the US support for peace and individual rights, but expressed concerns on the Sustainable Development Goals. He stated the United States rejects and denounces the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Sustainable Development Goals, and it will no longer reaffirm them as a matter of course.